Hey, what's up, guys? Chainedsoulz here, and today we're gonna be doing part 5 of Kingdom Come Deliverance. I did some quests, some side quests to, boost up the progression of my character to make the game a little easier. And went out and got some new armor. Let me show you the side quests that I did. Nothing super important. I did some for his little friends from back in the day before they got raided. Uh, and now we are at Ushitz or Auschwitz, or however you spell it. But we definitely did go and talk to the scribe, so now we know how to read. But now we are going to continue with the main quest, which is Mysterious Ways. We have to talk to Labosh, so let's just go ahead and head right over there right now.
Who lived as he preached.
Who the hell's this?
Love thy neighbor more than thyself. So the scriptures teach us.
We're just going to take the horse down there.
But today heed the word.
Real quick, let me show you what I did to the character. I think I only went up like one level. Went up a little bit, picked up a couple perks. Let's see what perk I picked up. I picked up one where, right here, it gives me a little bit of bonus being inside of a city or a village or whatever. There we go. Our character is looking decent. He's dirty right now. We gotta go get it cleaned up. Okay, let's go and talk to Labosh. He's suspected of being one of the raiders or bandits that raided the stud farm. So we're gonna go and investigate and see what happened. Alright, his house should be right up there. Okay, we got some people in front of his house, I believe.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
I would have said that same thing.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Sakra. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
All right. right, so it seems to be like he is dead. So let's go see if we can see it.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Oh, we went up main level.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
Okay.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now, and nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
All right, let's go see for ourselves. Wow, look at this man. Jesus Christ.
Judith. Looks like this is meant to be a warning. But for who? And why? Maybe the gang... Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything? What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head. Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him? That would explain why he didn't scream.
Well, they most certainly did something to this man. Look at it. Jesus Christ, look at his guts. His intestines are just hanging out. They cut him. He must have messed up somewhere. I would definitely want to figure out what's going on.
What's the matter, laddie? Need to share? My respects to you.
You know what? Let's talk to somebody that has a name.
Good day to you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Leipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know nothing about it, but ask all you want.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
All right.
That's all. Thank you.
Let's go to the church. All right, I believe the church is up here. Let's see. Let's see where the church is. I hear a tavern. Oh, there it is. I want to guess this is, yep, Father Godwin.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Leipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhoff was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Alright, he doesn't seem to be telling us anything.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you, I would be betraying a vow that's a cornerstone of the Holy Church. If people believed the sanctity of the confessional couldn't be trusted, the consequences would be even worse than that.
Worse than the death of innocent Christians? Worse than the murderer escaping punishment?
No one escapes punishment.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhoff raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Okay. So he isn't going to tell us because of the sanctity of the church. Oh, he's going there right now, I think. It is the evening. So let's see if we drink with him and maybe he might let us slip out. Alright, let's go inside the tavern. Wow, everybody's here. It's like a party. Woo!
Why are you creeping around like a footpad?
Alright, well, oh yeah, there he is.
Jesus, look where you're going.
He just pulls out a cup out of his pocket.
Ale as usual.
I'm sorry I can't tell you
One
everything.
ale, please.
But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovno. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanush to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, Well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noyo? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhoff stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
Oh, I want to say he's making excuses, but he's not. I mean, that's how they were back in the day.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. The tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison. And nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs. While Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
To the women, good. God bless them.
Okay, he's very convincing.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman, and then criticises the Pope for debauchery.
No, I don't.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Yeah, well, they could, but I don't think they would.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. It's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you
drink
wouldn't
with
let
him.
me down.
We got a new perk.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj padł dziesnej smutek, wiodnielo i rano utek, niech ich małżeński majsat, do wczera żylne staje prak. Už se jí bojí svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejbě kůži. Nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požerem si huby jako poslední den. Buďme se mávi a do rána slávy a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem. Tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zítra je tu soudnej den. Tak nalej mi hned a točí se svět.
Enough of this!
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped, and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
They just they threw him straight out.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Well, I'm gonna back you up, man. Oh, oh. Jeez. We are drunk? Look at that. Boom, get out of here. Speaking of that, real quick, let me, we got a level in drinking. Oh, I don't want that. I don't want any of those. I'll wait until we get another one. Okay, we went up a main level. we get strength bonus. Okay, these seem to be like main, like core skill perks right now. I'll get brute. Ooh, we are messed up.
And your history.
He is out. He's got a little drunken brawl.
Oh, my dear. Wouldn't you like to have a little ring on the bell? No sooner said than done.
I'd love to.
Jeez,
And
it's pretty
Henry,
dark.
too, I'm sure. Right, Henry.
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dear. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Drunk as a skunk right now. Jeez, my character could barely even see.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody elf. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Well, that's pretty interesting what's going on right now. We're drinking with the priest. I'm hoping that he tells us where what's going on with Labosh or Labouche, whoever his name is.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
Right, he's getting some butt.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
That's the first time he had sex with somebody. At least I believe. Jeez. What the hell are we doing now?
Jesus, look where you're going.
My God, I can't even see.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
That's pretty funny.
Godwin, you beast. Get up. Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards.
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, Christophe, shit on in my head. My guts. My poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about? Wait, before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it?
Where am I?
Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you, but you can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
There we go. Okay, so if we could somehow make this happen, we'll find out Lubosh's peoples are.
Well, all right. I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
All right, let's somehow make it happen. Where are we? Hold on, let me see if we have something for this. Okay, we do. Oh, I don't think it helps with the hangover. I think it's like we're supposed to have it.
Never show up. The swill.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you. Look at him. Mother of God. Any minute now he'll throw up.
I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas.
It sounds so bad.
Hoc facite
in meam commemorationem.
Oh, that's the
Brothers
girl
and
that we had fun
sisters,
with.
You may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
Oh, damn. Okay, so we got some negatives going on right now. So let me think about this real quick. If we mess this up, he will not tell us who those guys were. Okay.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
One should not believe in the church, because the church is not God. God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation, which the prelates do not care to hear.
He's right.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, cumens, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame. Shame upon them.
Okay.
It is the custom of the gluttonous prelates and monks to preach against sin. But what do they know of us ordinary folk? Let us remember the marriage at Cana, where our Lord Jesus Christ himself feasted with the other guests and drank his fill. And when the wine was gone, he performed a miracle and created more. He, whose companions were poor travellers, simple folk, prostitutes and troublemakers, performed a miracle so the feast could continue.
Now that's the kind of sermon I like to hear.
No, brothers and sisters. Jesus did not condemn alcohol. Drink to lighten the cross you bear in this vale of tears, but not with such abandon that you cannot keep holy the Sabbath. For there should be moderation in all things, and it is not drinking itself that is sinful, but intemperance and beastly indulgence.
He's right.
Okay.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates! Away with them!
We're fortunate to have our good father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Aye, all honor to Godwin. Let him drink like one of us.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
Okay, we did pretty well. Whew.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a silver tongue.
I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague. He told it nicely.
He is. We saved him.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So's gluttony. And fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubosh tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now, slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you...
Well, now Lubosh came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out?
Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubosh kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubosh killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko, Pius, Timmy.
Pius. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
That turned out to be pretty cool. I think out of all the entire game so far that I've had, I mean, obviously not too far into it, I think that was the best dialogue that I've had. Okay, we're basically butt-ass naked, so let's, oh, we need to repair some stuff. We have, like, so many armors we can put on. Jesus Christ. We need to equip that. Better bow, a hunting arrow. As you can tell, I picked up a lot of these arrows from killing a couple of those bandits. Okay, so okay. Let me make sure everything's on. What's our energy? Oh, ooh. You know what? We're gonna need to get a room. We'll go spend a night in a room, or a couple hours. Jeez, hold on. We need to go back to the... Oh, is that the tavern? No. No, this isn't the tavern. Alright, let's go check our quest log. Oh wait, we went up Oh yeah, that drinking. I don't want to use any of those perks. Okay, we need to track down Riki. Let's see something. I feel like we're missing a quest or whatever. We're not focusing on side quest anyways. Whoa, we got quite the trip ahead of us. Let's fast travel there. Hopefully we don't run into too much problems. Bandits or being stopped. Before I do the quest, I'm going to eat food and get some energy. So sleep. Oh. Oh, we got attacked.
Blood will be spilled. What?
Oh.
You
Oh. Oh, you guys want to die?
Come on!
Look at that. One shot him.
Stop, please. Spare me. I yield.
All right, we'll spare you.
Pay up, and I'll let you go.
Very well.
Give me that axe. You ain't getting that. We killed your friend here. We'll take the food. That we will need to eat. And okay, we should be good. Oh yeah, there's that other quest. I will do a video on doing side quests and traveling around. I'll make them separate videos where we just go exploring around, and, you know, and another video for just, you know, doing regular side quest. Going through Talmberg. We haven't been there in a while. I gotta go back and visit these guys. Since I was stuck in the castle, I had to escape and then I had to immediately leave. So I haven't had a chance to go explore it. Oh, we got a wayfarer. What? Where is he?
And it's safe as houses.
What the hell are you doing, man?
What's it about?
You have incredible good fortune, friend. I have an offer for you, the likes of which comes along only once in a lifetime.
All right. Show me what you're selling.
As you wish.
Ooh, what's this? We could study now, so... I don't think we have that level, but I'll take it. I should kill him.
Are you serious?
Take his stuff. Let's check my character's lockpicking. Not even close. You know what? I'll take the horse. We'll go on a nice little stroll. I have no idea what that buff is on my character. Oh, we got a hangover. You know what? Oh, damn. I think we're going the right way. We'll just cut through. I do want to try my hand at hunting at some point. But I don't want to make the videos too long, you know, because there's a lot of stuff you can do. Like, it took us almost an hour just to do that small part of the quest. Oh, what happened here?
What did you do? You killed her?
What are you trying to pin on me, you bastard? It was you.
I didn't kill anyone. When I got here, the body was already lying there.
What are you doing here? Nearby a corpse? Nearby a murder?
I'm travelling the province in the service of Sir Radzig Kabila.
Sir Radzig? Heavens! Begging you pardon. I didn't mean anything. All right. I suppose you're innocent after all.
I'm glad you saw sense.
Let's see what she's doing here.
And what were you doing here exactly?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, clearly she was looting
You
it.
were looting the body right here on the road.
What of it? A corpse doesn't need possessions.
It'll be easier if you just confess.
All right then. I did it. I didn't want to kill her, only to scare her. She lunged at me, wanted to take the knife from me, and this is how it ended. You don't really have to tell anyone, do you? And you won't regret it.
You're gonna pay me. Get out of here. Oh, she got murdered. It's kind of cool. You just all kinds of stuff coming up. You know, just randomness going on. That's what I like about this game. Just random things go on. Just going down the road and oh, somebody's getting. There's a dead body and somebody's looting it. Alright, we should be coming here soon. Can we pick these? No. I think we could pick these though. Nope. It's good sellable stuff. You know, why not? I do want to work on alchemy at some point. So if anything, I could just store it. Alright, I'm not going to spend too much time doing that. Now, before we do anything major, I do want to rest at an inn. What's this? This is a trader. Ooh, let's go see what he has. Maybe we can get some new armor or weapon or something.
Good day to you.
Let's see what he got. These aren't too expensive. You want to get these, at least one. All right, let's go to the basket. We'll get more money from somewhere else. All right, now let's go to that inn so my character can get some rest and stuff, and not be Yep, there it is. Suffering from hangovers. Oh, we got some bandits. We got baths. You know what? Let's go take a bath. It cleans our armor and essentially heals us.
A lot better. Why do we have to sniff around for some stinking tanner? Can't we just leave him be?
Don't be such a knucklehead. Of course we can't leave him be. Runt would slit your throat if he heard you.
But he's just some cowardly peasant. What can he do to us?
You really can't get it into your thick skull, can you? It's about our fucking reputation.
How can it help our reputation? Folk already shit themselves when they see us.
God-fearing folk, maybe. But in this trade, even your own people have to be afraid of you. Otherwise, they might get the idea they can do without you. Get it?
Okay.
But that fellow ain't one of us, though.
You moron. That's just why we have to get him, right? So no one else tries it on.
It's all the same to me. I'll secure him anyway.
I want to get to those baths. Yeah, I just wanted to listen to what they were saying. I'm not sure if you can like get tips or something or whatever from people's dialogue. Here we go. It looks exactly like the girl that we are at the tavern with, drinking with the priest. Oh, she has some stuff.
I'd like to order something here.
Uh-huh. And what do you want?
Bath, launder my garments, pay for a wench and everything that goes with it. I'm gonna try that one.
I'd like a private bath for 2.
That can be arranged, but you'll pay in advance.
Fine. Here it is.
I'm sure you'll be extremely satisfied. God bless.
Wow, it's 5 hours. Well, it healed me, gave me energy and nourishment. But it's wearing it down. That's stupid. We're going to have to go get it in anyways and rest until the morning so we can ask around for the Reiki guy. There we go.
Watch where you're going.
Okay, thanks for the good time. Okay. Okay, it's not too late.
Some kind of blight. The leaves are all gone yellow and eaten through. God have mercy.
Alright, we gotta find out what's going on.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
What's happening around here?
Ah, you know how it is. Always something. Especially at the mill. Not a week goes by without some ruckus there. But I'm wise to them troublemakers. Whenever they're planning some mischief, they're always huddled there in the corner, hatching their plots. Like yesterday, for instance.
Okay. That's not what we're here for.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
The background language is in a different language. I just realized
I'm looking for a fellow called Riki. Do you know him?
You mean Hinnock? He's the Tanner's son, isn't he?
Any idea where I could find him?
I don't know. Tried his folks' house. But he doesn't spend much time there.
So you know this Hinnock. Can you tell me something about him?
Not much, I confess. Most of the village folk avoid him like the plague.
Why's that?
No one with a nose likes spending too much time around Tanners. And that Riki keeps bad company. I've never heard a good word said about him.
What can you tell me about the old courier?
He's as cantankerous as a hog in a thorn bush. He won't talk to anyone.
Why do they call Hinnock Riki anyway?
He's a tanner, isn't he? If you're ever downwind of him, you'll understand. Tanning isn't a trade for the weak of stomach.
True enough, but not every courier gets cursed with a name like that.
Well, Hinnock's nature is no sweeter than his smell.
Why has he got such a bad name?
Well, like his old man, he doesn't talk much to anyone. And then he's always skulking off somewhere. I heard he got a taste of the pillory in Bretagne for thieving. And in Neuhoff, he got boozed up in the alehouse with his cronies and they beat up some merchants.
So a bit more than high spirits?
Just so. We're all honest folk here, and we've no use for the likes of you.
You right here.
Alright, he's giving us the lowdown.
Don't tell me there's not a single person who talks to him.
He's been seen around with one of the bathhouse wenches. Adela, I believe she's called.
We were just with her.
I'll be back in 2 shapes.
Turned out nice.
About time, too.
She should be somewhere over here, I believe.
Nevertheless, a whore's a whore.
What's going on there?
What are you
Oops.
staring at?
Sorry about that.
Paying guests, not idlers with nothing better to do.
There she is.
It came from over here.
What are you staring at? The baths are for paying guests, not idlers with nothing better to do.
That's odd. Nothing here.
We just had to draw her out a little bit.
I heard you've been seeing Hinek, the tanner's son.
So what? Come to preach at me, have you? That I'm a loose woman, a sinner, that I seduce decent men?
God, no, nothing like that. It's just that you're the only one in the village who sees Hinek, so I came to ask you about him.
Aye, I've seen him often enough, but I don't know what I could tell you about him.
You better tell me everything.
Where can I find Hinek?
I haven't seen him in the village for a few days. He must have run off to the woods again.
Does he do that often?
From time to time.
What the hell does he get up to there?
I don't know.
He goes to the woods from time to time. That smells fishy to me.
What do you mean? There's no law against it, is there?
With all the footpads, looters, cumans, and God knows what other vermin around, it's not the sort of thing an honest man would do.
But Hinek doesn't have anything to do with those people.
Oh, really? Then what does he do there? I don't imagine he's gathering mushrooms.
I really don't know what you want from me. So Hinek is a bit odd, and sometimes he goes off into the woods. So what?
Come now, I am paying you, am I not?
Where can I find Hinek?
I haven't seen him in the village for a few days.
Let's try another dialogue.
He must have run off to the woods again.
Does he do that often?
From time to time.
What the hell does he get up to there?
I don't know.
Look, Hinek's my friend, and I really need to know where he is and what he's doing.
But I already told you I don't know where he's got to.
So I suppose he just goes to the woods to pick mushrooms, does he?
Mushrooms, no. More like hares or other game.
So Hinek is a poacher? That's no surprise.
Well, he was never much of one for an honest trade.
Do you know exactly where he goes? Maybe he has some favourite spot he might have told you about?
He said he has some hideout in the woods, but he didn't tell me where.
I need to know more about that hideout.
I really don't know where it is. I only know when he came back, he usually came to see me.
I see. How did you know he'd been to the woods?
He always talked about what he caught, and he never came to me at other times. Probably didn't have the money for it.
I haven't seen you here before. Are you new in
Do you know who he sold it to?
He never told me straight up. But who could he sell it to? The innkeeper, I reckon. It makes sense.
For sure.
Yeah, we're gonna go talk to this innkeeper.
Do you know what route he took? At least the general direction. Anything that could help me find his hideout.
I think he usually went through the woodcutter's camp, 'cause he always brought me freshly chopped firewood, and he had wood chips on his boots.
Good. So at least I know where to start.
Alright, we gotta go talk to the innkeeper, and then the woodcutter. Do I not have a torch? I can get the bath wenches services for free. I'm not sure what this means. So I feel like I should kind of get this so I can maybe manipulate conversations. Yeah, I'll do that. Whatever. The bathhouse is only like what 40 coins. Well, silver.
Pour me one. My respects to you.
Are you happy with your new workers?
They're good carpenters, but someone constantly has to stand behind their backs and keep an eye on them.
Really?
Yes, yes. When I'm there with them, everything goes smoothly. But the moment I leave, I hear Thomas yelling at them.
Okay.
I want to ask about the courier's son, Hinek.
But ask someone else. They've nothing to do with Riki. He'd only drive my customers away.
Really? I heard a different story. I heard the two of you do business together.
Who are you, anyway?
A friend of Hinek's. He's gone missing and I need to find him.
I don't know where he is. But if you find the bastard, tell him he still owes me some goods.
I could... Hold on.
I've no time for this. I have to find Hinek, and you're going to help me.
Am I now? Even if I did know, why the hell would I help you?
This is a nice alehouse you have here. It would be a shame if anything happened to it.
Are you threatening me?
What do you think? So are you going to talk, or do I have to beat it out of you?
Fine. Let's get to the point then.
See now?
Oh, that works.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
I did some deals with Riki, but I swear to God, I don't know where he is.
I hear Hinek has a hideout in the woods he uses for hunting game. Do you know where it is?
Not exactly. That is... I don't know where it is at all.
But
I happen to know it's a dark place, a cave or an old mine shaft.
How do you know that?
Whenever Riki was going poaching, he always came to me first for candles and lamp oil. He brought the game skinned and gutted, so we had to have a light for that.
How much game did he bring you?
Not much, a few pieces. There's no great demand here. Sometimes the gentry has something, otherwise it ends up in sausages.
And do you know of any mine shafts nearby?
There's a few of them around. There's one on the opposite bank, a short way off the path leading from the forge to the west. Then there's a mine gallery to the east of the village, up in the woods above the cliffs. And I heard there's one shaft on the headland close to the water.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Watch you don't break your neck, though. It's rough ground, and you could easily fall down a shaft.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to... There was somebody else that we should be talking to. We're gonna talk to his father. And damn, we have 4 places to check. Well, we're gonna talk to his father first.
As you wish.
Goddamn dogs. There's a buff on our character that I've never seen before. Let me go check that. Alpha male. Okay. We gotta go to B. Okay, so we jumped right past it. We're just gonna have to wait. Damn, we gotta wait so long. I hear some cool sounds when you're waiting and it's nighttime. You can hear stuff in the background. It's kind of cool. There we go. His father should be right there.
My respects to you.
I'm looking for a fellow called Riki. Have you ever heard of him?
Sure. Why wouldn't I? That's what they call my son, Hinek.
Ah. You wouldn't happen to know where he is, would you?
I don't know nothing.
Don't you at least know where he usually goes? It's important.
Hinek shows up at home once in a blue moon, so I don't know nothing about where he gets to. Even if I did, why would I tell every Tom, Dick and Harry?
Watch your tongue, peasant. I'm an envoy of Sir Radzig Kobyla, and this is an official investigation. Stop trying to put me off, and tell me where your son is right now.
I apologize if I offended you, young man. But still, I don't know where Hinek is. He turned up at the house a while back, but then he vanished again in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went? What?
Look, it's been clear to me for a long time that my boy was headed for the gallows. But I'm still his father, right? And you can't expect me to rat on my own son.
If you value your son's life at all, you better pray I find him, because I'm not the only one looking for him.
That's no surprise. But what of it? If you're here on behalf of Sir Radzig, there's nothing waiting for Hinek but the gibbet.
It doesn't have to be that way. If Hinek cooperates, he can save his neck.
I can't say you put my mind at ease. But to hell with it. I'll tell you what I know. All right. He was here a few days ago, but he left right away. He looked like he was in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went?
I've got an idea, but I don't know where it is exactly.
I don't follow.
Hinek makes some money on the side from poaching. He boasted to me a few times about what a great hideout he found in the woods, but he never told me where it is.
Well, it's not much to go on, but it's better than nothing. Thank you. Don't you have any clue at all where his hideout could be?
I really don't know nothing about that. I could tell when he'd come from there is all.
How's that?
'Cause every time he brought some hides for tanning and money.
He had money because he sold the stuff right away?
I suppose. He never kept any of his loot here.
Do you know who he sold it to?
No. But the innkeeper came here now and again and gave him coin. Of course, it could have been for me.
All right. I'll ask at the inn then.
We already did that.
What more do you know?
Nothing. I swear to God Almighty, I've said all I know. Hinek never told me nothing.
I know he didn't talk to you about it, but you must have noticed something, right? How much time did he spend away? What was he wearing? How did he look when he came back? Anything?
Well, he came and went at all sorts of hours. I really don't know. Except maybe one thing. He'd come home scratched with brambles and with leaves and muck on him.
So he probably went through thick woods to get to that place.
I reckon. What do I know?
Don't you have any clue at all where...
I really don't know.
How's that?
Because every time he brought some hides for tanning.
Alright. Oh, that didn't help us. So... once I get some more coin, I'm going to repair my armors. D seems like a good idea. We'll go check out the woodcutters camp. By the way, you can't swim in this game. No, we're gonna want to go on that side. Let's get our horse. Alright, so we're gonna check out this woodcutters camp. Because it seems like a good idea. Interesting sight. Hopefully soon we start getting into more combat scenarios. Like related to the game, like to the main mission. And not some like odd, you know, go kill some bandits. What's going on here? Wait, was that a path? follow the river a little too much. I'm not doing that side quest yet. I'll come back and do it later.
This won't take long. Bring it on.
Oh, you want to die?
Quitting?
Ow! Oh, he's down. And you're dead. Okay, we'll take that. Always take arrows. We'll take that. And obviously his money. I'll go put something on the horse. Oh, we'll take those. Let's go move some stuff over. I think that's everything. I'm still pretty heavy. Let's see. I'll put these on the horse. I'll take care of those. After I end the video, I'll take care of, I'll sort some of this stuff out. So are we around a town or something? You got an alchemy bench. What? What happened? Is like he dead or something? Oh, I don't know. Let's see about upgrading a horse. He should be coming up on the woodcutters camp in a few minutes. Oh. Why didn't I just fast travel? I didn't realize it was that close.
Are you serious?
There we go. Let's talk to this guy.
God be with you.
I'm looking for Hinek, the courier's son.
Riki. Aye, he shows up here sometimes. Why do you ask?
I'm trying to find him.
Good luck, then.
What do you mean?
Riki is like some bloody hedgehog, always creeping around in the woods. And just as prickly.
So you see him there often?
More like we don't see him.
Has he been here recently?
A few days ago. He came by in the evening, well into his cups. He might have fallen somewhere and broken his neck for all I know.
So he went into the woods?
Aye, like always.
How do you know him?
We worked together building a mill by Yanovitz, and then he vanished. A year later I came here to work, and lo and behold, there's Riki.
Do you know what he gets up to in the woods?
What do you reckon? Making money. It's no secret he goes poaching.
You're speaking as if that's perfectly legal.
No, that's not allowed. I know. I mean, I think he might be poaching, but maybe he's gathering firewood. No way for me to know, right?
Firewood, of course.
Only the king was able to get all the animals around.
I hear Riki has a hideout in the woods somewhere. Do you know where it is?
Aye, I think I was there once.
You think? What does that mean? Either you were there or you weren't.
Well, once me and Hinek had a bit of a drink together here and we ran out of ale. Hinek said he had some stashed away in the woods, so off we went.
But do you remember anything about it? The direction or which path you took?
Aye, I can tell you exactly. We went from the edge of the camp here along the path down to the creek. A little upstream, there's a fallen tree bridging the water. We went across it to the other side, then we went uphill to a big boulder. You have to listen carefully there.
Why?
There's a spring nearby. Someone put a kind of little mill wheel on the stream below it. You can hear it going clap, clap, clap all day and night.
Uh-huh.
Once you find it, you go around the spring and nearby you'll see a clearing. That's where Hinek's hideout is. It's an old mine gallery or cave.
There we go. He just snitched on his damn friend. Alright, so clearly it's over here. So we'll just run down there. guess this is that. What's below the stream? Oh, okay. To go around the stream. Yeah, we found it. Oh, there it is. What? Oh, let's see. What the hell is that?
Jesus Christ, what am I to do? Not that I can expect any useful advice from you. At least, you've no more cares.
Need someone to talk to?
Fuck! Don't kill me. I can explain. I won't tell anyone. I swear, I've no one to tell anyway. Just please don't kill me.
I'm not planning to kill you.
You're not one of Runt's men?
No.
Huh. Then who are you?
A person looking for those guys.
That's not important. The important thing is we have a common foe.
Considering all the enemies I have, the odds of that are pretty high.
I'm talking about the gang that raided the Neuhoff stud farm. I know you were there.
I was, but I've got nothing in common with those bastards.
I'll take your word for it, providing you tell me what you know.
I don't know why you should care, but if it keeps my neck out of the noose, I'll spill the beans.
That Neuhoff raid of yours didn't turn out quite as planned, did it?
Depends on whose plan you're talking about. We were up to it to grab some loot and bugger off, only Runt's cutthroats was there to shed blood.
What do you mean, Runt's cutthroats?
There were two gangs there, mine and Runt's. We was only there to steal, but they wanted to slaughter everyone.
But when you realised what they had in mind, you didn't have to go along with it, did you?
But we didn't know nothing, even though we were going to Neuhoff. They told us to keep watch on the courtyard while they were cutting the horses' throats. Jesus, that fucking vexed me. Their horses was the most valuable thing there. When I spoke up, though, Runt gave me such a bollocking I knew I'd better keep my mouth shut. And when they said we was going to kill anything that moved, then we knew there was no going back.
Did you know any of Runt's people?
Not a one. They didn't talk to us at all. None of their faces was familiar either. The only thing I know is they called that huge chief of theirs Runt, and Pius warned us to watch out for him.
I don't suppose you know where they got to after the raid?
On the way to Neuhoff, Timmy told me he was at their camp with Pius. I reckon that's where they've gone now.
Did Timmy tell you where the camp is?
Somewhere in the woods. He didn't say nothing more. Thing is, Timmy's got quite an imagination. But Pius roared at him to shut it, so I reckon there must be something in it.
That gang of yours, what can you tell me about them?
Don't know what you want to know. There was 4 of us. Me, Timmy, Limpy Lubosh, and Pius Pava. Sometimes we'd rob a place or hold up pilgrims. Never nothing fancy.
I'm sure you did mischief enough. Who led you?
Pius. He was the oldest, and he'd mostly find the jobs for us. Plan them and the like. He got us into that fucking mess in Neuhof, too.
What about the others?
Timmy's strong as an ox, with a brain to match. You got more sense out of a fence post. And Limpy, I've been with him the longest. He's my one and only friend, I suppose.
Limpy's dead.
Who got your 2 gangs together? You must have made contact somehow, right?
Pius. He comes to us and says he's got this prime job. We're gonna rob a farm, he says. That was a big deal, because mostly we just did small stuff. Hold up on the road now and then. Nothing fancy. When they told us how much we could make on it, well, we just couldn't refuse.
So Pius knew them?
I suppose, but I don't know where from. We even got paid up front. I should have known from the start it was too good to be true.
Yeah, they paid you guys up front?
Where did the rest of your gang end up?
You saw Limpy, right?
Yes, but he's no use to me now. Tell me where I can find Pius or Timmy.
I don't know nothing about Pius. He vanished in the woods, and I haven't seen him since. Timmy, I reckon, went back to the mill where he works.
Which mill?
The windmill a bit north of Neuhof.
Tell me exactly how the raid went down.
Well, we stormed in from the rear. Runt's people started slaughtering the horses. Jesus, that was bleeding horrible. Meanwhile, me and Limpy had a sniff round the stables to see if we could find anything worth pilfering. And in the end, we got lucky.
What did you find?
Smill, Sir Hanish's groom. I don't know why he was up and what he was doing in the stables, but we took advantage of the situation. Limpy grabs him by the throat, and I slapped him round to encourage him to tell us where the money was. Then it all fell apart at the seams. Quicker than you'd believe. Runt comes running up and skewers the groom like a pig for roasting. My jaw dropped. I thought the stuff about killing was just tough talk.
And it wasn't?
No, not in the least.
What happened then?
I'm gaping at Smill, stuck through and through, and I noticed this boy standing at the other end of the stables. The stupid sods pointing at us, jaw hanging down to his knees, saying, "I know you." Runt turns to us and hisses, "Take him down." So me and Lubosh start running, because the lad took to his heels. At the same time, we could hear the noise of the skirmish in the courtyard. We caught up with the boy at the next farmhouse. I knock him to the ground, but he bashes me with some piece of iron so hard my head's ringing like a fucking church bell. Limpy grabs it off him and stands over him with his bodkin in his hand, and I start praying. In the end, Limpy just gives him a kick and says, "Beat it, Ginger." And then Runt shows up at the gate and hollers that we gotta go, so we scarp it.
What happened after the raid?
We were waiting for that fool, Timmy. Same place as we met them before, so he'd know where we were, right? Stupid fucking idea. But Pius didn't want to leave him behind. Only when Timmy finally turned up, 2 of Runt's men were dragging him.
There was some difference of opinion?
You could say that, yeah. They started on us right away that we were traitors. They knew we'd let somebody get away, and now we were going to pay for it. They started trying to surround us, and we knew what was coming. But Limpy took his bodkin and let that fucker have it in the belly.
Runt?
One of the others. Timmy broke free from them, and we all took to our heels. Luckily, they were so buggered from the raid, they didn't follow us for long. They just shouted that they'd find us.
Oh, wait.
What happened after the raid?
We were waiting for that fool. Stupid.
There was some...
You could... They started trying...
Runt?
One of the...
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's all I need to know. So now what do I do with you?
Well...
Whatever. Oh, kill him or not.
Hey, over here! It's up here. Shh.
people. We've got to get out of here.
They're too close. We'll never outrun them.
Fuck!
At least they don't know I'm here. The two of us can take them by surprise.
No fucking way. I'm gone.
Look here. If you run, they'll catch up with you and kill you. And me too. Together, we stand a better chance.
Jesus Christ. All right. I suppose you're right.
We are gonna kill these guys.
What's going on there? What's that? Who's there? Well, I know. The pig turns up
Try the
willingly
bow.
for the slaughter. But come
Get
here,
him.
Billy Liver. I'll slaughter you.
What the hell?
Bring it on.
Ow. Get out of here, Jesus Christ. I wanna go, get up to... Where's this guy? See, I'm blocking.
You'll get what for. No curva.
Alright. Just killed one of your friends. Alright, where's the other guy? Where is he? He does not seem to be here. Alright, let me go find these guys and I'll loot their bodies. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, that's better than mine. Horse can't carry anymore. We're gonna have to sell some of this. Oh, that's just bullshit. Can't even go over logs or nothing like that. I'd really like to know where that guy ran off to. Let's see if I can kill one of these deers. When I get off video, I'm gonna... I think I'm gonna try and practice some archery and do a couple things. But no important quest or nothing like that. Alright, we're gonna go look for Timmy. Well, that seems to be the windmill over there. After this part, after this, you know, this little section right here, I'm gonna end the part, head back to town, clear out the inventory. Alright, where is this guy?
I'm looking for a colossus by the name of Timmy. I heard he works here.
I don't know anyone like that.
I'm here in the service of Sir Hanush.
Sir Hanush? Jesus Christ! It must be serious. All right, but not here. We'll talk round the back, behind the mill.
Oh my God! How many times do they have to throw me in these little circles? The back behind the mill.
What are you doing?
Here I am. So, why all the secrecy?
What do you want from Timmy?
Can you tell me where to find him?
Promise me nothing will happen to him.
Why do you care so much?
He's my brother. He's not very smart, you see, and he's always getting led astray by his no-good friends. And now there's some right peculiar characters looking for him.
Who are they?
I don't know. But they look like cutthroats, and they said some strange things. But I didn't tell them anything.
That's good. But sooner or later they'll find him anyway. Tell me where he is, and I'll take care of him.
He's hiding at the Colburn farm, over by Merhoyed.
Oh! See, it's a 4x1. A 4-on-1.
I get the feeling you're looking for someone here. I'm looking for someone too. Maybe we could help each other.
Hmm. And who are you looking for?
A great big ox by the name of Timmy.
That's interesting. I'm also looking for a big ox called Timmy.
Well, what are the chances? Could it be the same fellow, I wonder? Now, if someone were to tell me where to find Timmy, I might offer that man a job. We could use a smart fellow like that at the camp.
Oh, wow. Well, this is a little critical moment. We're not going to be able to overpower this guy. Well, we match it. Hold on.
You have an encampment somewhere?
Well, sure we do. And no shortage of coin if you're ready to earn it.
Where is it?
Ha! All in good time. First prove we can trust you. Help us find Timmy.
I don't know if I want to turn Timmy in. We'll see if there's another way to do it. I could attack him, but that's 4-on-1. Yeah, let's attack.
You don't know when to give up, do you?
The one who has the upper hand does as he pleases. Boy.
True. Only you don't have the upper hand.
Let's see it.
Wrong place at the wrong time. Pig turns up willingly for the slaughter. To hell with you. Is that all you got?
That's bad behavior?
You're dead.
Alright. These guys are messing me up. Oh, jeez.
You gonna cry now? What's the matter? Come on. Cut.
I'm trying.
Is that the best you can do?
I'm getting straight gangbangs.
I'll slay you. Take that.
Yeah, there's no way. That was a bad idea. Let me... Okay, since I died... Maybe if I take something that will increase my... I don't even know what that option is called, to be honest with you. Toughness or whatever. Let's see what happens. But we could go along with it. Oh, wow.
Hey, what are you... Well, I know. The pig turns up willingly. I'm going to enjoy this. Formici.
Where'd they go? They do just straight dipped, but both of them dipped this time.
on there?
Let's see. Oh, you ain't getting away. Oh, I hit him. Luckily, you don't have to be near the horse to transfer it. I'm gonna have to drop something. See what we don't need. We should be able to fast travel. Right. No. We gotta go to the windmills. It's like right here. Oh no, I'm stupid. It's like right there. Well, we can fast travel there. And then shoot up straight up the path. What I might do is I might end the part now, go sell some of this stuff, maybe buy a better weapon, and then do that mission in the next part. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll be playing again soon. I'll keep an eye out for the next video.